everyone. Today I would like to work a beautiful nice blossom, white blossom in reddish background, and with acrylic. Actually, I'm going to add white, red and the black color for the background colors. So the base is reddish color, but around here, which is the place of flowers, are a little bit lighter tone. So I am going to mix my red with the white to make it lighter, and then the shadow of this nice flower is effect on the background, so I'm going to mix a little bit black with the red and make it darker. So I'm going to add these colors on my palette, more red color and a little bit white and yellow. Sorry, white and black. So tiny bit. We need to work on a red, pure color red, and then I take a little bit here, mix it with the white, just a bit. I'm going to mix it and see what happened, because I don't want to see huge change. When I feel happy with, I keep like that. So I'm happy with this red color, which is light, pure red, and put here for adding a little bit black into red and make it darker for shadow part. More red, more black. So these are so close to each other, and a little bit more red I'm going to add, because I work on top of wood panel and wood board, and the wood board effect absorb a lots of paint. Because of that, I have to add more paint on top, and then I'm going to mix my paint after with the palette knife, and then with the bigger size of brush, which is so easy to cover the surface, I'm going to start with pure red color, take heavy paint like that, and try to add on top of canvas or any surface that you work, or even like me, wood board, wood panel. All surface are really great to work with. Just you need to know about the habit of the surface that you are going to work. And I'm not going to add like this, like flatly. I try my best to make like the X shape or plus, and be visible all the brush stroke on my surface. First of all, I'm going to work with the pure red color, but I don't let it dry, because I take heavy paint, so it takes time to get dry, and it gives me time to add another color on top. So at the same time, I'm going to add some red with black that I mixed before, and try to make some shadows that shows these are the shadow of the flowers that affect on surface. So bring the red color down on the background, and heavy paint absorb on the surface. So we need more paint to add. Red color, then on top I don't let it dry, mix this brownie, reddish brownie color, at the same time we have red, and then this dark tone. And as I mentioned, wood absorb a lots of paint, so we need to add more. But when you use heavy paint on top, it's so nice, because you can cover the surface, even creamy color of wood or white color of canvas easily, and already you make a texture with this nice blending and with this heavy paint. So it's worth it to go with heavy paint and then adding some tone and texture on top. Now after everything gets completely dry, the background is dry, we would like to work on top by some tiny blossom with a nice stem. So it's focused on this part more and then the reflection is visible here. So I'm going to add more white and black because this is more on a black and white. So I choose the flat brush and try to dip it down with a black color. With a flat brush, if I lay down my brush, it's like that, so I can cover whole the background. I would like to make the stem, so we don't need always to have round and pointy brush for making the stem. We can use just the tip of flat brush by taking like that and drawing the line on top. So we can draw this the narrow line on top. I'm going to choose this part first. Start from here, bring it down with nice C curve. You can turn your brush to make a nice curvy line. Bring it here and then try to reach this side of canvas. So or even this part. And then the thickness of the line, it's depend on you. Some part you can make it more thick, some part less. Now we move on with this other line to bring a little narrow line here, somehow like that. Try to make it more narrow. Even we can bring it with movement like this and here, and then let it disappear. The other line that we can follow is start from here. You can decide how you move your line. Even this part you can separate another stem, tiny stem, and add some flower here. It depends. Then bring it down like this. Like broken line we can use, or curvy line. Both are okay for our stem. Some part it's okay to do broken line, some part curvy line, some thick, some narrow, to make it more interesting. And the other stem start here. Even when I would like to place some part for the flowers here, I can leave it empty and then continue from the other part. So this is empty because of the flower. And then move on to add another line here like this. And I'm going to add some small stem for flowers. Even I would like to add, that's here good for the leaves. So for the leaves, I'm going to lay down my brush with the black, try to shape the leaf like this. You can use heavy paint and make a thickness for the leaf, and a narrow line for stem to add the flower here. And then we can add some stroke like that to show these are the leaf, or even some shape like that to shape the leaf. It's interesting, close to the stem. Some like this. And on this part it's separate to add a flower here, but I have some leaf here. I can go and play with the tip of brush to make tiny leaf, and then with narrow line connected to the stem. Every part I see it's better to have bunch of leaves and bunch of flowers I can add. For example, here I would like to add one leaf here. I try to make it look like the heart, the shape be look like heart, a little bit narrow on this part and more thicker on the other part. So you can follow and make this shape. And even I see narrow line here for stem. Small leaves here too. So I think we are okay with the leaves. We can add a little bit flowers and then see what we need to add more. If we need to add more leaves, we can add more. If that's enough, so we can leave it like that. So I recommend to go with the other brush because that's the blacky one, so it's not clean. For flowers, it's white actually, but inside it's a little feeling of grayish color we can see. So we can wait a little bit our stem get dry, or right away we can start adding the flowers on top. Now for the flowers I would like to make some small blossom or a little bit bigger one. So start with the pure black, pure white color first. Take some with a small brush, and it's like 5 petals connect together for some of them. I am going to start something like, for example, here. I can add some here, one flower. Try to make the shape of petal. In between it's okay to keep some background color. Heavy paint, it's lovely to go with. Try to shape like round. So this is a pure white color now. I need to add more layers inside, which is the grayish color, to make it darker, but so far it's fine. I'm going to add one shape of flower. It's just randomly, it's not exactly shape of petals. Just with the white color I would like to make a shape that this is one flower should be, imagine, and a little bit here I can see nice shape like that. With heavy paint you can just play with your color to make a shape, and then with napkin you can clean it. Then take some white here, bring a little black to make some grayish color for inside the flower. It depends how much gray you would like to make. Sometimes if you add more black, your grays get darker and darker, which is good for inside the flower that we need. So take some grayish color, add inside the flower. and make it have a feeling of grayish color. Even for here I can add more randomly. It can mix with white and give me the better result. Here too, like that. So I think I need more black to add. For some flower which is darker. So with a limited palette we can make a nice and beautiful painting. I just add some movement or brush stroke with this grayish color. Even inside I can add some white too to make it interesting. But I see on top I have some blossom in grayish color like this and like that, which is more gray than white. And even here I see more grayish flower, so I add more white into my gray because I don't want to make it really dark. Same petals that I make here like this, try to follow. Inside the flower I see more black, even here inside more black line I can add. When I use heavy paint, so it's better because can make a texture and shape the flower more interesting already. Even randomly I'm going to add some more details with this black color or grayish color. Inside here we see some feeling of grayish color. To make a small blossom. Randomly you can add some like a petals spread everywhere. Even with gray here we can add too. Now small blossom I see. Most of the shape of these flowers is not exactly 5 petals clean and clear. There's some bunch of petals are connect together that shows this is a flower. Even we can use inside more dark. We see some here too. And the bigger one should be placed here. I'm going to add more white color. And try to shape like a round shape for flowers. Even I see some flowers here too. We can make it as busy as we want or make it less. Just follow some line around with this color. Even if you bring directly the black into the white, you can make grayish color in between. Sometimes we need more white color to add. Even on this part on top, I'm going to add a little more white for some petals on top. Because acrylic after get dry completely, it get darker, so it's okay if you add more white on top. Clean the brush with napkin. I'm going to add small part for here. With tip of brush can make more details. Even like this would be nice to have some line, make it more busy, and if you feel happy with this, that's okay to add more like line as a stem and make your painting a little more busy with the flowers and stem, the background. So that's nice because I do a little transparent. I try my best to let it be more transparent and fade to the background so it's not really visible, and it's nice. So hopefully you enjoy this nice painting, and even I think we can add one more red color inside the center of flowers with round and pointy brush. Maybe it's okay to go with one circle inside, nice to have with the red. So that's a beautiful blossom of our painting with the reddish background color and feeling of blacky its effect on that. Hopefully you enjoy it.